Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Skyrim. Last time we cleared Lost Tongue Overlook and learned a new shout. Today we're going to tackle Forelhost, a big dungeon with a full-length side quest, our first real dragon priest, Ragat, and another new word. You can see the word wall already, but naturally we have to go through the dungeon to get to it. Although you don't actually, you can get up there with glitches, but we're going to do it honestly. Oh look, an Imperial soldier.
You there! As an officer of the Imperial Legion, I require your assistance to complete my mission.
What mission?
The General has sent me to obtain a powerful weapon for the war effort. This was the last great bastion of the Dragon Cult, and their leader's mask was reported to be quite powerful.
If it will help the cause.
Very good. The research I've done seems to indicate that Scorm Snowstrider left part of his journal here after laying siege. I believe it should indicate how to enter the blocked-off sections of the stronghold. I should warn you, Forelhost is quite haunted, but I'm sure you can handle it. Return to me here once you've obtained the staff.
He just unlocked it. Let's talk to him.
What are you waiting for? Get in there and find that mask!
Why aren't you going in there?
Me? No, I'm too important to the war effort to risk life and limb in there. Besides, that's what I'm paying you for.
I haven't found the mask yet.
Well then what are you waiting for? Get in there and earn your pay.
What can you tell me about the Dragon Cult?
They were among the first men to arrive from Atmora, and they worshipped certain animals as avatars of the gods, dragons being foremost. And for their bloody sacrifices, the dragons gifted their priests with terrible power. But their cruelty was too great for men to bear, and they rose up in what would be called the Dragon War, and the cult swept from the land.
Can you tell me more about this place?
It seems that after the strength of the cult was broken in the Dragon War, a last contingent came here to create a stronghold and regroup. King Harold's forces crushed stragglers here during the First Era, and it has been haunted ever since. But the specifics of the siege are unclear.
Alright.
Well then what are you waiting for? Get in there and earn your pay.
Let's check out his campsite. Everything here we'll have to steal.
You, my friend, need practice.
That's no big deal. Steal that little bit of food. Let's go ahead and pick his pockets. Although we'll leave Valmir's orders in his pocket. Let's head over here. Barrel is searchable freely.
Put that down!
These things we'll have to steal, which shouldn't be a big deal. That leaves that garlic braid and his chest.
What are you waiting for? Get in there and find that mask!
Where'd that loaf of bread go? Oh, we got into the chest. That's good. Oh yeah, let me show this to you. I read somewhere that you could knock hawks out of the sky by using Kind's Peace. I guess it isn't true. There's the bread.
What are you waiting for? Get in there and find that mask!
That just leaves the garlic braid. Wonder if he'll turn hostile or not.
Get your thieving hands off that! What was that?
Oh, yes. And we get a bounty, too, so... Oh, there we go. Alright, now let's check our journal. Siege on the Dragon Cult. I have been asked to defeat the Dragon Priest in Forelhost and to bring back his mask. A journal left by Skorm Snowstrider may reveal a way past the collapsed areas. Obtain Rogot's mask. Optional. Find Skorm Snowstrider's journal. Alright, let's get on it. This is serious business. This might be the toughest place we've gone so far. The fight at the end with Rogot is most certainly going to be the toughest fight we've had. We ought to be up to it, but as with so many things in this game, it's going to be dramatically more difficult since we're high level than it would have been lower. Here we are. Mead. You can already hear something. Oh, look. Dragon Ghost. Now we can search them. Full sets of ancient Nord armor. The only place that's available in the entire game, I think. We're definitely going to be over-encumbered if we're just going to deal with it, because otherwise it would take way too damn long to clear this place out. There's a dead Imperial soldier. Leather strips, potion of health, linen wrap, leather strips with plate, 3 gold, 2 linen wraps, and a pressure plate with a battering ram, you can already see. Now, here's a gate that was apparently knocked in. And a couple of ghosts. See some mages. That's the way forward, but naturally we're not going to be able to get there. White this straight is collapsed. And there's an empty chest here too. Delightful. Let's keep moving. Here's a Draugr corpse with some poison. Guessing that's the way forward. Let's check back here. Sure enough, just another collapsed tunnel. Scaled helmet, bucket, coin purse, and a novice locked chest. Which I can just go ahead and open. No more breaking lockpicks. There's a dead Stormcloak. Well, now that's odd. We've seen Imperials and Stormcloaks in here. Dead ones, I mean. Some more ancient Nord gear on the table there. Another collapsed passage. A couple of burial urns. Sword. of stuff and let's heal up. Continue this way. Really, I want to see these mushrooms. There's a bedroll here. Fire salts, 3 Falmer eaters. Book, potion of cure disease, ruined book, coin box, restoration 72, excellent, and an apprentice locked chest. Didn't have any helmet inside. You know what? I can get resting bonuses again. Might as well. Here is Scorm Snowstrider's journal, which I'll take off the book list. "13th of Sun's Dusk, 1st Euro 139. At the command of Lord Harold, we have swept our company to the south edge of our territories in an attempt to drive the Snow Elves up north to the main host of his forces. The first few days met with heavy resistance, but as we approached the eastern edge of Lake Honeth, we have seen little and less of them. 21st of Sun's Dusk, 1st Euro 139. We've begun to receive reports of attacks back around Lake Honeth, and word has come from the front that we should pull back to be sure we are not leaving our rear exposed. If there is a stronghold of elves here, we will surely root them out. 27th of Sun's Dusk, 1st Euro 139. It sounds impossible, but we appeared to have stumbled upon a massive holdout of the dragon cultists, who were believed to be wiped out during the Dragon War. The elves must wait, as this is a threat we cannot ignore. If we are quick, we may be able to catch them unaware and avoid a lengthy siege. 21st of Evening Star, 1st Euro 139. Third week of the siege. The men grow restless with the cold, and all miss their families. If that blasted storm hadn't caught us off guard and slowed our ascent, we might have taken the monastery, but as it stands, we may be in for several more weeks of pounding on their walls. I've sent word to Harold to send one of the voice masters to help bring down the wall. 4th of Morningstar, 1st Euro 140. We brought down their main gate thanks to the young voice master, but the brash lad took an arrow in the neck in the process. It seems he will be joining the aid in Sovngarde soon. The cultists have fallen back to the interior of the monastery, but soon enough we will breach those defenses. The sooner the better. It's too blasted cold on this mountain. 5th of Morningstar, 1st Euro 140. We entered the monastery today only to find all inside dead. It appears they purposely caved in the stairway to the refectory and then took their own lives. Some appear to have slit their own wrists, others we found with empty vials. Most appear to be poisoned, but oddly there are not as many empty bottles as one would expect by the number of dead. We shall hold up here overnight rather than face the cold, and explore the catacombs in the morning to see if we can find another passage to the upper areas. 6th of Morningstar, 1st Euro 140. May the 8 protect us from dragons and madmen. We lost half our remaining men today. We discovered a well in the catacombs, locked but with several buckets already filled, and in their excitement for a drink that didn't risk frostbite on their tongue, 2 score drank before we could stop them. Gods only know how these cultists could use that horrible poison in their own water supply. We've lost more men to this catastrophe than we did taking the courtyard. The well was locked from this side, and the key must be somewhere in the catacombs, but with the ghosts of these dead cultists and the men demoralized, it just isn't worth the search. Let those gods-forsaken cultists drink their way to oblivion and be done with it. The upper door in the courtyard has some sort of barrier over it, and our mages believe that the sacrifice made here will sustain it for decades at the least. We leave this accursed place tomorrow to regroup and push up north, but I will leave this journal so that in an age or so, when the poison has faded, someone may find a way in to be sure the cultists met their due fate. We've completed optional Find Scorm Snowstrider's journal. I have been asked to defeat the dragon priest in Forelhost and to bring back his mask. I have found the journal of Scorm Snowstrider, which may reveal how to bypass the collapsed areas. And with that, I need to pause for a moment. Apologies for that hiccup in the recording. We are back. So, went on a lovely little walk with the wife and the dog. It's a whopping 50 degrees, despite it being the middle of January. In case it wasn't clear, admitted to suicide. Poisoned their entire lives. Took out half of these mating animals, but spirits are still so enraged. Continue to destroy the when the fight started. In here, you can see all these skeletons lying on their beds. And these little vials of poison. There you go. Let's continue. We can go down there. I see a ghost. Well, let's go over here first. If you were paying attention, you might recognize this bridge. We're over the entrance. That's where that arrow is. There's that Imperial soldier corpse we found. Just a spot of loot over here. Burial urn. There's another one. Coin purse, ancient battle axe, ancient war axe. And an adept locked chest. And now there's only one way to go. Let's deal with this ghost. Looks like we've stumbled upon the old forge. There's grindstone, workbench, iron ore, weapons. Coin purse chilling on the ground. Let's not neglect back here. More weapons. Ancient Nord bow, 3 ancient Nord war axes, ancient Nord sword, and urn. And then wraps gold ore, iron ingots. Ancient Nord battle axe and arrows, more iron, another battle axe, burial urn. A draugr under the bed. Another battle axe, a great sword, charcoal, and silver ore. And another ingot that I almost missed. Onward. Usual weapons, armor, and ectoplasm. It's like a dining hall. We've got dishes, a kettle, a bucket, an urn, wooden bowl, cast iron pot, a salt pile. Tankards. That's the actual way forward. And let's go in here first. Looks like this was the pantry. Linen wraps, sacks of food, buckets, another draugr, maybe the cook. Once again, only one way to go. And we're gonna need to sword board him. At this point, I'm going to have to roll up just to avoid dying. Let's put point in health. Let's just go over until I find something that's unlocked that I want. Let's take Savage Strike out of the one-handed tree. Standing power attacks do 25% bonus damage with a chance to decapitate your enemies. Not bad. I'll take that. want to pull in another Death Lord. Jesus. Loot, heal up. Then I think that is actually the way forward. I think there is looting. We'll do that first. Let's get that little bit of gold off those shelves. Let's put flames back on for now. Several things up here. There's a pressure plate. I'm not sure what it does. I don't see the trap anywhere. Now here we have an obviously trapped chest. Trapped just by opening it from the side. I think that pressure plate probably drops rocks on me, but I'm not entirely certain. Let's go back down to the ground level. Let's clear out this little table. Go up here. This is where the ghost was. All we've got here is a soul gem. And we can go through that door to where I know there's a Death Lord. Which means we're going to use the sword and shield again. Piddly novice level flame spell just isn't quite up to the task. Here's a burnt Imperial corpse. We can tell by the sword and shield. Here's another burnt corpse. Iron gear, a great sword and helmet. And there's the other Death Lord. With flames. There we go. Now let's heal up and continue. So up here we've got an iron dagger. Over here another burnt corpse. Bow with a few arrows. think it should be obvious by all the burned corpses what that pressure plate does. Let's flip the lever to raise that portcullis. Add that linen wrap. And we will advance to Zone 2. Forelhost Crypt. Got dead Draugr in here. And there. Barely got him, but we got him. Let's heal up. And another dead Draugr here. No, we already searched her. Now here's a branch point. If you were paying attention, well, let's clear this. Linen wraps in a filled grave surgeon. Make sure this is actually empty. It is. We got a branch point here, naturally. If you were paying attention to the journal, you might remember mention of the locked well. There's usually a way to disarm those traps. I'm not seeing it. Here's the well. The door on it is master locked, so we could just pick it open, or we could explore the bulk of Zone 2 and find the key. We're naturally going to do the latter. Note they're kind enough to give you a potion of water breathing, and being over encumbered, I might actually need to use it to get through once we are ready. No need to pick the master lock. Picking is at 100. Picking experience is now useless to me. I guess these things just go based on proximity. No matter. Restoration experience won't hurt. Let's go exploring. Mushrooms along with another dead Draugr. There's another urn. In, and then try the different doors. Embalming tools. Linen wrap here in the middle. A big urn out here. 2 Draugr over here. Over there. And it seems as though we've attracted a Draugr. We'll be busting through this door presently, for sure. And I have inadvertently attracted his 2 friends. That really hard to do. I may not have a choice with one. Light armor to 95, which is nice. It's not gonna count. Yeah, no, this ain't it. I just need to somehow stay off the No, it's not gonna happen. Instead, both these guys at once. Well, hold on. Best weapons. Power shot. It would be handy if power shot occasionally did stagger like it's theoretically supposed to. Seriously, not one stagger? How many shots have I fired? It's supposed to be a 50% chance. Jesus Christ, Marie. We're gonna have to make clever use of our shouts, I think. Let's try sword and shield with a mark for death on that. Maybe we can just switch. Fine. got it done. Let's loot those two assholes. And let's heal up. Did search those two down. Got a potion over here. And that's it for this room. I'm gonna assume that Draugr-infested passage is the way forward. Let's check out these two antechambers. They usually work like closets, and that has held up here. Let's try the other one. And then I'm pretty sure our next fight is going to be another damn Death Lord. But if he's by himself, he's not much of a threat. This door is barred from the other side. Oh. Okay. There's a torch on the ground. Seems strange. Left or right? I'm going to say right is the correct direction, so let's go left first. Just a couple burns to search. We shall proceed. Something else, which is about the very last thing I want to do. Scourge is here. Locked to 50. I'm not going to do it until this class is dead. 50th rank of block unlocks a perk I've actually been saving for. Believe it or not, we haven't had one of those in ages. Let's retreat a little bit and heal up since I hear the sounds of the critters. But with a block at 50, we can get elemental protection. Blocking with a shield reduces incoming fire, frost, and shock damage by 50%. Dragon Breath and Mages just got a lot easier to deal with. Let me take that perk off my list. I need to finish healing before I move forward into that room, because I hear critters. Do I ever. I think this is just a side area, and it is. Let's avoid that pressure plate so we don't get a spiky gate to the face. And let's loot that treasure chest. Good times. Pretty sure that is the way forward, so let's go over here. Yep, just an urn. I think we're gonna get a break from Draugr Death Lords. I think we just got... Oh. Spoke too soon. Web there, nothing behind it. That's each way. Since we have a Death Lord to fight, let's get our sword and shield out. Can hack through that spider web. Notice an empty urn. Too much though. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he triggered a root or something. Let's heal up and then let's keep going. Yay! I told you Forelhost was serious business though. We haven't even gotten to the last fight. Going that direction. Yep, it was a shock rune. Let's grab a potion here. Looks like we're gonna want to leave that potion there. Unless that was a glitch. Nope, we're going to want to leave that potion at least until we're on our way out. And let's search this Draugr. Let's try the emerald. Let's head into this room. More traps. Always more traps. Staff of lightning bolts. Well, that's interesting. Bandit corpse. Draugr corpse. And a Draugr Death Lord. and then fight the other sleeping Draugr right over there. Also a Death Lord, in case you didn't notice. See more sleeping Draugrs. Just hold on until the health is full at least. Ancient sword. Let's keep on going. Looks like an empty chest hiding down there. Master locked chest right here. 12 picks, we should get it open. We got another Death Lord. Let's try and keep him by himself for now. Let's get our sword and shield out. In that case, let's get our bow out. Six. His buddy's joining. Both his buddies are joining. Sounds like one or two of them just killed themselves with a trap. That's obviously acceptable to me. Archery to 69. Come on, douchebag. Where are you? He camped at. Oh, he's running way the hell away. And he took himself out for me as well. You know what? Let's just heal up and keep going. Should have at least 3 dead ones to search, all in the vicinity of that trap. The Archer Death Lord. There are the other 2 that died on the trap. inventory. How fucking many are there? If you don't know where Jesus Christ Marie comes from, you obviously don't watch Breaking Bad. You know, that's fine. You don't need to watch Breaking Bad. But you should. He killed himself too. Maybe that's how the designers meant for you to deal with this gauntlet of fucking Draugr. Jeez. Got one right here. Not sure what flavor he is. But we got another Death Lord Archer over there. She killed herself too. They just can't seem to figure out how this trap they built works, can they? Good for us, I suppose. We got a Scourge here. One magic, but I'm gonna have to fight both at once. That's sword and shield then. Spike trap comes through and kills the other one. Man, they are just slaughtering themselves on that. Another one's still alive somewhere. Which all I can say is good God. Maybe not. Maybe we'll actually find this one. Hey, look, we are. I think we're finally done now. At least I hope so. This is why isn't it saying empty? There is another Draugr right there. Another Draugr. A spell tome raised zombie. We've had that forever. Ever since Riverwood, to be precise. Okay. That's qualified to handle. Let's move on. Still hear more of those assholes. That's a death lord. With two friends. if it wouldn't, if it would work instead of whacking the wall for no reason. Yep, I see his two damn friends over there. There we go. One-handed to 60. I can get a perk I've been hoarding for. Armsman 4. One-handed weapons do 80% more damage. It also unlocks Bladesman 2, but I'm not ready to take it yet. This is a little drawer. Restoration 73. I should think so. There's a dead Draugr. I think we're almost to the end, but I don't know. Could be more. There's a pressure plate and a door. I hear some assholes. Might be able to wake them up one at a time. Yes. Come on out. It's just you and me party for now. Moved too close. Spoiled the entire damn point. The point is not to have to fight three Death Lords at once. You feel me? There's one down. Let's give that center wide berth. So much for that. Well, what to do here? Same thing, really. close. Why are my bashes just never working? He just takes them in stride like I don't even hit him. Half the time, anyway. See? See, that's what I mean. I bashed him and it didn't slow it down. Lock to 55. Why do my bashes not work? One more hit and that would have done it. My bashes aren't working. I don't get it. Eat shit, fuckers. Good God almighty. Okay. Search all the bodies now. Presumably, we're free to search chest here, which has, among other things, the Forelhost well key. Those shelves are empty, so we can stick with clockwise. Get over to that staircase. Now, may I be the first to say, holy crap. That is all. Some goodies over here, along with some linen wraps, which aren't so much goodies. That's okay. Now, if we weren't over encumbered, we could probably just jump that gap. Since we are, we may have to whirlwind sprint to get there. Either way, don't worry, we can get to that chest. Let me just see, I'd like to do it without the shout if I can, but I can't. It's alright. We have the shout. Shouldn't be afraid to use it. Except it almost took us too far. Wait on the cooldown, and we will keep on going up. Again, almost went too far. But no matter, all is well. Truly, we have cleaved through a legion of Draugr to get that well key. There's an ancient Nora bow and a couple of arrows. And there, obviously, a spellcaster trap. Casting ice. You can tell that's strong because it's hurting despite the request spell. well. Oh yeah. Blade trick, almost forgot. Here, we can unlock the well gate and grab the bucket. Pick up an ancient Nord greatsword, a Nordic barnacle, and some slaughterfish eggs. Probably gonna need the potion of water breathing, but maybe not. I'm gonna say not. But we're gonna need to TCL to get these slaughterfish eggs and barnacle clusters. Which I'll go ahead and do, because why not? The glowing mushrooms, another barnacle cluster. There's another barnacle cluster, a few more glowing mushrooms. Where are we now? Of course, a spider nest. I see a skeever too. These columns are decked out in glowing mushrooms. Let's not miss any. Let's kill us a couple of skeevers. Three to be precise. I think I need to toggle collision again to get to another uncooperative mushroom. Other than that, we should be good. This looks like it's actually the way forward, so let's explore this cavern first. Here's the third skeever. Here are more mushrooms. Seems to me it shouldn't have been that hard to not have these kinds of texture brush errors. I mean, it's not like they're out of reach. They were clearly meant to be picked up. Here's a gold ore vein. And a quicksilver ore vein. Was a frostbite spider. Don't know what killed it. I guess it got in a fight with the skeevers and actually lost. Surprises me when anything loses to skeevers, but I guess it's possible. head down that tunnel and continue on. We're swimming. Slaughterfish nest, potent lingering poison. Another slaughterfish nest. Let's make sure there's nothing else underwater before we leave. It's just one more slaughterfish nest over here. We're done with our swim, and now, according to the journal, we're in the collapsed passages where the cultists had sealed themselves. Dead jogger next to a bottle of poison. And another new restoration skill book, The Exodus, by Wogin Jarth. Well, let's take it off the book list. Skill boost list. With that, there are only 2 restoration boosts left to find. 1 skill book and 1 quest. Restoration also went to 74, or maybe 75. The Exodus by Wogin Jarth. Vrala was a little girl, beautiful and sweet-natured, beautiful and smart, beautiful and energetic, everything that her parents had dreamed she would be. As perfect as she was, they could not help but have dreams for her. Her father, a bit of a social climber named Munthan, thought she would marry well, perhaps become a princess of the Empire. Her mother, an insecure woman named Sinetta, thought she would reach greatness on her own as a knight or a sorceress. As much as they wanted the very best for their daughter, they argued about what her fate would be, but both were wrong. Instead of growing up, she grew very ill. The temples told them to give up hope, and the Mages Guild told them that what afflicted Vrala was so rare, so deadly, that there was no cure. She was doomed to die, and soon. When the great institutions of the Empire failed them, Munthan and Sinetta sought out the witches, the sorcerer hermits, and the other hidden secret powers that lurk in the shadows of civilization. I can think of only one place you can go, said an old herbalist they found in the most remote peaks of the Rothgarian Mountains, the Mages Guild at Olenfeld. But we have already been to the Mages Guild, protested Munthan. They couldn't help us. Go to Olenfeld, the herbalist insisted, and tell no one that you're going there. It was not easy to find Olenfeld, as it did not appear on any modern map. In a bookseller's in Skyrim, however, they found it in a historic book of cartography from the Second Era. In the yellowed pages there was Olenfeld, a city on an island in the northern coast, a day's sail in summertide from Winterhold. Bundling their pale daughter against the chill of the ocean wind, the couple set sail using the old map as their only guide. For nearly 2 days they were at sea, circling the same position, wondering if they were the victim of a cruel trick. And then they saw it. In the mist of crashing waves were twin crumbled statues framing the harbor, long-forgotten gods or heroes. The ships within were half-sunk, rotten shells along the docks. Munthan brought his ship in, and the 3 walked into the deserted island city. Taverns with broken windows, a plaza with a dried-up well, shattered palaces and fire-blackened tenements, barren shops and abandoned stables, all desolate, all still, but for the high keening ocean wind that whistled through the empty places, and gravestones. Every road and alley was lined and crossed again with memorials to the dead. Munthan and Sinetta looked at one another. The chill they felt had little to do with the wind. Then they looked at Vrala and continued on to their goal, the Mages Guild of Olenfeld. Candlelight glistened through the windows of the great dark building, but it brought them little relief to know that someone was alive in the island of death. They knocked on the door and steeled themselves against whatever horror they might face within. The door was opened by a rather plump, middle-aged Nord woman with frizzy blonde hair. Standing behind her, a meek-looking bald Nord about her age, a shy teenage Breton couple, still very pimply and awkward, and a very old, apple-cheeked Breton man who grinned with delight at the visitors. "Oh my goodness," said the Nord woman, all afluster. "I thought my ears must be fooling me when I heard that door a-knockin'. Come in, it's so cold." The three were ushered in the door, and they were relieved to find that the guild did not look abandoned in the least. It was well swept, well lit, and cheerfully decorated. The group fell into introductions. The inhabitants of the guild house in Olenveld were two families, the Nords Hjalmar and Netta, and the Bretons Lywell, Rosalind, and Old Winster. They were friendly and accommodating, immediately bringing some mulled wine and bread, while Munthan and Sinetta explained to them what they were doing there, and what the healers and herbalists had said about Vrala. "So you see," said Sinetta tearfully, "we didn't think we'd find the Mages Guild in Olenfeld, but now that we have, please, you're our last hope." The five strangers also had tears in their eyes. Netta wept particularly noisily. "Oh, you've been through too much," the Nord woman bawled. "Of course we'll help. Your little girl will be right as rain." "It is fair to tell you," said Hjalmar, more stoically, though he clearly was also touched by the tale. "This is a guild house, but we are not mages. We took this building because it was abandoned, and it serves our purposes since the Exodus. We are necromancers." "Necromancers?" Sinetta quivered. "How could these nice people be anything so horrible?" "Yes, dear," Netta smiled, patting her hand. "I know, we have a bad reputation, I'm afraid. Never was very good, and now that well-meaning but foolish Archmagister Hannibal Travin, may the Worm King eat his soul," cried the old man, quite suddenly and very viciously. Now, Winster," said the teenage girl Rosalind, blushing and smiling at Sinetta apologetically. "I'm sorry about him. He's usually very sweet-natured." "Well, of course, he's right. Manimarco will have the last say in the matter," Hjalmar said. "But right now it's all very, well, awkward. When Travin officially banned the art, we had to go into hiding. The only other option was to abandon it altogether, and that's just foolish, though there are many who have done it. Not many people know about Olenveld anymore, since Tiber Septim used it as his own personal graveyard," said Lywell. "Took us a week to find it again, but it's perfect for us. Lots of dead bodies, you know." "Lywell," Rosalind admonished him, "you're going to scare them." "Sorry," Lywell grinned sheepishly. "I don't care what you do here," said Munthan sternly. "I just want to know what you can do for my daughter." "Well," said Hjalmar with a shrug, "I guess we can make it so she doesn't die and is never sick again." Sinetta gasped. "Please, we'll give you everything we have." "Nonsense," said Netta, picking up Vrala in her big, beefy arms. "Oh, what a beautiful girl. Would you like to feel better, little sweetheart?" Vrala nodded, wearily. "You stay here," Hjalmar said. "Rosalind, I'm sure we have something better than bread to offer these nice folks." Netta started to carry Vrala away, but Sinetta ran after her. "Wait, I'm coming too." "Oh, I'm sure you would, but it'd ruin the spell, dear," Netta said. "Don't worry about a thing. We've done this dozens of times." Munthan puts his arms around his wife, and she relented. Rosalind hurried off to the kitchen and brought some roast fowl and more mulled wine for them. They sat in silence and ate. Winster shuddered suddenly. "The little girl has died." "Oh," Sinetta gasped. "What in oblivion do you mean?" Munthan cried. "Winster, was that really necessary?" Lywell scowled at the old man before turning to Munthan and Sinetta. "She had to die. Necromancy is not about curing a disease, it's about resurrection, total regeneration, transforming the whole body, not just the parts that aren't working now." Munthan stood up angrily. "If those maniacs killed her—" "They didn't," Rosalind snapped, her shy eyes now showing fire. "Your daughter was on her last breath when she came in here. Anyone could see that. I know that this is hard, horrible even, but I won't have you call that sweet couple who are only trying to help you maniacs." Sinetta burst into tears. "But she's going to live now, isn't she?" "Oh yes," Lywell said, smiling broadly. "Oh, thank you, thank you!" Sinetta burst into tears. "I don't know what we would have done." "I know how you feel," said Rosalind, patting Winster's hand fondly. "When I thought we were going to lose him, I was willing to do anything, just like you." Sinetta smiled. "How old is your father?" "My son," Rosalind corrected her. "He's 6. From the other room came the sound of tiny footsteps. "Vrala, go give your parents a big hug," said Hjalmar. Munthan and Sinetta turned, and the screaming began. That's that one. Now we've got a bunch of poison on that table, along with a note. We'll take that off the list. And this one reads, "Skorm and his dogs shall never take us alive. Thoralid has foreseen the return of the dragons, and has given instructions that we are to poison the well. Better that we should die than fall into the hands of these infidels. They have forgotten that the gods were once dragons, and shall give us life again once they return." there's anything back there. Let's go search these two urns. Here we have embalming tools, another burial urn. Didn't want to do any more fighting. Well, I tell you what, I thought I could get to the next zone, but I'm out of time. So let's save here. I guess this is a decent stopping point. Right as we are about to embark on another fight with a bunch of asshole Draugr. Anyway, this has been Let's Play Skyrim. We're more or less halfway through Forelhost. I think we're a little bit over halfway, but next time we'll get through to the end, and we'll do battle with Raw God and get his mask for Captain Valnir. Until then, thank you very much for watching.